Hi, this is Anton. This is my second blog posting or vlog posting for the RTA 103 class. I just want to start by saying that I find these vlogs, the video blogs, a lot more effective thus far, especially because of the nature of what we're doing today, the whole crap, the design. I kind of like to present what it is as opposed to writing it out, but I guess that's just a personal thing. So, basically, I had to find two images that embody one or more of the crap principles. So I decided that I would just take things that are in my apartment here because, this graphic design stuff is everywhere and you can kind of notice how everything is placed always. And so I'm going to start with this. This is my vegan meal replacement. I drink this, or I put this in a smoothie every single morning, and that's kind of what I have for breakfast, along with I put matcha powder in there. So this here, if we look at the crap elements that are in this product, so if we look to see crap contrast right here at the bottom, you can see all these different colors contrasting each other and has all the, the key nutritional facts that are in this product. So boom, right here, 20 grams of protein. Right there, 6 servings of vegetables, 50% of your daily vitamin and minerals intake, fiber, omega-3, antioxidants, probiotics, and the number of calories, because we know that everybody's obsessed with how many calories you ingest. Besides that, repetition, there isn't too much about that. There's maybe they repeat all here in depth on the back what is mentioned here, but that's not a big factor in this. A is for alignment. So boom, this is interesting. All aligned here. It's all clear and concise. And the other thing is proximity. One thing on top of the other. Boom, the first thing you see is the logo, the product, Vega 1. Then, what is it? Nutritional shake. Okay, I'm looking for a nutritional shake. French vanilla flavored, gluten-free. Gluten-free. And then has all that. So it's all nice and aligned, very clear, very nice. Because how many of these are out there? You're walking through the aisle at the health food store and you want it to jump out at you. So I think that the beautiful use of contrast here really jumped out. Personally, I didn't necessarily pick this one out. I went directly up to the girl and I said, this is what I'm looking for. And then she recommended this one, and I was in and out of there in a second. But I would imagine that a customer going in that is browsing, that doesn't know necessarily what they want, and they were to pick it out, I think it would certainly jump out at there. And it's a very, very, very good product as well. After that, we have this Britex. This is paper that my roommate Anoop bought for us. Shout out to Anoop. So right here, very interesting. It's a different market, I guess. So it says here, Britex. Boom, repetition. It's all aligned. The contrast, the green and the white. So it certainly jumps out at the eye when you see this at the store, and that's the front of it. Boom, contrast, big. It's very simple. But, if you're going to shop for paper, you just want something that looks professional and that is clear. So 8.5 by 11. So, I guess if this were to, if you're looking for paper, that one could stand out. So now I'd also like to talk about the effectiveness of, crap and all that in the graphic design. I think that it is certainly an effective way for different reasons that I did explain with all this and that. It's just like we mentioned in class, finding a pinpoint audience, and you want to gain their trust and attract them to your product. And I think that these two embody that well. And if you go through step by step with what the different letters mean, I think it's absolutely an effective way to market and to design if you're looking for customers or new clients. Now, the other thing that I'm doing today is the second task was choose a historical period from this article, and there's a bunch of different articles on, typography and film throughout the years, all that stuff. Now, I wasn't 100 too sure about how to go about that, but there was one very, very interesting article about graffiti in Berlin. Now, that is something that speaks to me because I did visit Berlin, and I did see how the graffiti was laid out and everything. So, no surprise, Berlin is filled with graffiti. But what I think is cool about the city of Berlin is that graffiti, because it's so prominent and it's everywhere, and it's actually, pretty nice. I think it adds a charm to the city. And how would that, influence? How does that influence, or not influence, but how to try and find a current example of graphic design? So I'm kind of going out on a limb here, but I think it's really cool. I'm from Montreal. Now, Montreal is not like Berlin in the sense that there isn't graffiti everywhere. That's a very unique part of Berlin, but there is more in Montreal than other cities that I've been to, whether it's in Europe or the USA or here in Canada. And there are certain taggers that can be recognized across the city. So I'm thinking of this one guy named Castro, or that's what his tag is. And I don't know if Berlin is a much older city, and I think that the art of graffiti has been there a lot longer. But I think it's cool that where I'm from, I can go place to place, and boom, you kind of recognize that tag, Castro. Now, he's not trying to sell a product, but it is definitely a form of graphic design because us citizens or people, locals, we recognize that brand, Castro. And it is a thing in Montreal. People will post, if you go around on the outskirts of Montreal, something maybe even in the US and Vermont, people will see the tag Castro because this artist takes pride in spreading his brand, his tag. And people will say, oh, I'm in this place, there is a Castro tag, represent Montreal. So I think that is pretty interesting, that it could kind of, it's like an inside, not an inside joke, but an inside, people from Montreal know, oh, Castro, he's a guy that does graffiti in Montreal. If there's on a highway in Montreal, you can kind of look, and it's in a really well-placed place where there's a lot of traffic, so you kind of stall, and on this building that you can see off of the highway, boom, there's a big Castro tag, and they're everywhere. So I think that is pretty interesting, and so that's why I particularly enjoyed that article off of the page, the link. So that's about it for this week. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed.